everyone. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and me, Banshee. And, well, you know what they say, while the cat's away, the mouse will play. Got a shipment of tarot decks today, so I have decided to do an unboxing of one of my decks and Mr. O is at work. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that for you, and we'll see how it goes. Uh, this is my first unboxing in like ages, so please be kind. I notice I have a little bit of a glare in here. I will try to work with it and give you the best shot of the cards I can. Now here's the dealy-do. Before we started, I had to do a couple of things. I opened the deck, got my scissors here, and I counted the cards. I did go through and count the cards, and then I looked through the suits and wanted to be sure that I didn't have any duplicates there, which has happened to me in the past. So, so I'm not sure I exactly put them back in the order they were in this box, but I think I did. I'm pretty close. So just wanted to go through and make sure. I really hardly paid attention to the graphics. I mean, I see they're beautiful, and I think you're going to like this deck like I do. So let's move on with the show. The other thing is, I'm doing this unboxing along with with a review that I am doing on our TFT tarotfortoday.com blog. So, you'll be looking at the cards here, and I'll be giving you a little bit more info on my thoughts on the cards in that blog review. So stay tuned for that, and please do check that out when I post it. This will probably also appear as a standalone video on YouTube as well. All right, so let's go on with the show here and see what we've got. We've got this nice little tuck box. It's just a typical box. I will tell you that the deck is distributed by Llewellyn. It's a low Scarabeo deck. It's made in 2021, hot off the press, just in time for the fall season. And what a nice deck for fall. 78 spooky and magical tarot cards with instructions. So the back says, we'll see how spooky indeed it is. All right, everybody. Let's rock and roll here with this unboxing. So here we have, I guess I'm going to try it on this side. I might get a little less glare here. Here we have the face card that comes with the deck, and also shows you the nice back of the card. Very, very beautiful, festive, and fall-like. And of course, then we have the low Scarabeo play card. Woo-hoo-hoo, on with the Fool. There's the Fool in the stack. Wow, love that table, but especially love the vest or whatever the magician is wearing here with that owl-like look to it. Very, very nice. As you can see, this deck is borderless except for, the names of the cards on the bottom. There's a High Priestess. Very traditional look, very also traditional look and feel with the Empress here. Emperor carrying kind of a pumpkin head there. Very nice look to the Empress the Emperor as well. Notice that the Aries symbols are still there, prominently on top of his throne. Here's the Hierophant, again, very, very traditional look and feel with the addition of the black cats on the pillar there. The Lavers. Aww. Nothing too spooky about that, or this chariot, I would say. Nice. Wow, look at that tree behind Strength. caught my eye immediately. It's alive! It's alive! And I love it. Ooh, it's dead! It's dead and I love it! And the hermit here. Got that skeletal thing image above the hermit. Interesting. As maybe the hermit pierces the veil, seeking knowledge. Wheel of Fortune, called the Wheel. Justice, with interesting gourd-like cups for the scales there. The Hanged Man. There's the Death card. Now, Temperance is very interesting to me. It looks like her feet are more or less in the air, hovering above the water and the ground. And then look at those gourds she's holding. It looks like there's a spirit essence or a cloudy essence there in the picture. I don't know. That devil looks kind of cute, scary to me. I like it. The tower with a little spooky entrance to it. The star with some skull-like vessels that she's pouring liquid out of. The moon. Mysterious moon. The sun. Kind of freaky face there on the sun. And that skeleton-like sunflower that the horse is traveling on. Judgment. The Beautiful World card. And that's the major arcana. Let's move on now to the minors. We'll start with the Ace of Cups. The 2. The 3. Party on. And here we have the 4 of Cups. Little skeleton-like hand there giving out the cup. Skeleton tree too, now that I look at it. And here's the moody 5 of Cups. The 6 of Cups. All the spooky things coming out of the cups of the 7 of Cups. And let's see, we have the 8 of Cups. This looks interesting to me. Let me have a look at that again here. Wow, it looks as though this is a little bit different for me. Isn't with the regular traditional 8 of Cups, the guy is looking away and walking. You see him from behind. This one, it looks like you are looking at him from behind, I believe, but he's kind of twisted and turned there, almost as if he's not, uh-oh, Okay, this is only affecting me, not you. My screen went out on me. Hang on a second while I get it back. There we go. It kind of looks like he's got his feet going in both directions there. Like he's not sure he wants to completely let go of that past. It is hard moving on sometimes. The Nine of Cups. Awesome card. And the happy-go-lucky Ten of Cups. I don't see a rainbow on this card. I see, the cups up there in the sky. I see a happy ghosty figure there as well. It's kind of nice. And we have the Page of Cups. Oh, cool. Okay, that's cool. Let's have a look at this here. The Page of Cups is a very dreamy kind of character. He's very much often in dream world. And the challenge of the Page of Cups oftentimes is how to channel those dreams and bring them into reality. And are they realistic? And so he's walking there, not on the ground, but he's on those pumpkins. I think that's interesting. The Knight of Cups. Oh, hey, look at that gorgeous throne of the Queen of Cups here with the owl in the background. I really like that. That's beautiful. And then we have the King of Cups. Those vulture heads, yes, those I believe are vultures behind him. It's very cool, very nice. All right, done with the cups. Let's move on to the Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles. Well, not only is this person, I see this is a very interesting card too. You notice there's a ship in the water sailing, and there's one that's kind of having some issues. And also, look at the guy. He's juggling not just the Two Pentacles, but he's also juggling that pumpkin on a foot, and he's balancing on a pumpkin. The Three of Pentacles. Yes. And here we have the Four of Pentacles. What I like about this card, of course, is that skull there. He's balancing that pentacle on a skull on his lap, Enjoy it while you got it, people, because we can't take it all with us. And here we have the dreary Five of Pentacles. The building in the background looks like it's seen better days, let's just say. The Six of Pentacles. Seven. It's interesting about this farmer here. Look at him. He's got wings. I don't know. This is really an interesting card. I like and also, why is part of him Skeletor-like? I almost get the feeling that maybe this is just really emphasizing the idea of, is it going to be a feast or is it going to be a famine once your harvest comes in? Interesting. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. The lush beauty of the Nine of Pentacles, very evident in this card. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, some pentacles make up the eyes of the skull here on the bottom. And this is really a cool card too, in a way, because you have that element of family in the card. And maybe that skull on the bottom is indicative. And of course, well, that skull on the bottom is indicative of our family is not just in the flesh. Our family is those who have gone before us, our ancestors, and there is a lot of richness derived from our ancestry as well, where we came from. Here's our Page of Pentacles. Our Knight of Pentacles is on what appears to be a dragon, flying a dragon. Very nice, very nice. The Queen of Pentacles. Beautiful, beautiful rendition. I do love the use of color in this deck. It's folly, but it's also got a lot of blues in it. It's just very, very vibrant. And the King of Pentacles. Onto the Wands. Whoa, well, the Ace of Wands, some interesting cloud patterns, but also let's have a look at that wand. The wand, it looks to be a spinal column. I like it. The Two of Wands. The Three. So you can see too, I guess I'll just add at this point, it's very, of course, based on Rider-Waite symbology, nicely done. And who can make a scary Four of Wands? The Four of Wands is just such a happy card. Come on. Party. TFT's unofficial party card. All right. Five of Wands. Look at that. Look at the clouds. Look at the patterning in the clouds. I don't know about that one face there. It looks as though the eyes or the eyebrows are made up of the birds that are flying. It just looks really awesome. And you got to wonder there if, these spirits are being whipped up by the frenzy of the competition or the collaborative work of the people in the Five of Wands. Interesting. Six of Wands. The Seven of Wands here looks interesting to me. Yeah, as hard as it is to stand your ground when you've got all those wands against you here, it's probably even harder when you're kind of using a pumpkin to prop yourself up too. So it's interesting. It's always harder to take that higher ground, isn't it? Oopsie. The Eight of Wands, the frenetic energy of the Eight of Wands. Getting our ducks in a row here with the Nine of Wands. There are no ducks. That's just a saying. And the Ten of Wands. Gotta carry that weight. Page of Wands. Dashing Knight of Wands. The Queen of Wands. Little, is it a cat head kind of hanging off of her? An interesting sunflower, to say the least. And there's something about one of the clouds in the corners here. Little spooky there in the corner above that crazy looking sunflower. And our King of Wands. Interesting imagery here. I had to restart because it looks like my screen froze for some reason. So I hope everybody caught everything. I believe this is where I left off. Apologize for that goof, gaffe. Technology, Mercury retrograde, coming. Ah! All right, let's move on to our last thing, the swords. The Ace of Swords is beautiful. I'm anxious to see what they did with the sword deck here. The Two of Swords. Look at that. A tense balance of the Two of Swords, and she's sitting on a skull back chair, which is very interesting, or skeleton back chair. The Three of Swords. Wow. The Three of Swords has an interesting skull-like, I'm sorry, it's swords stabbed into a face or a head. And, I don't know if that's brains coming out. I have to look at this in more detail. But, it's very interesting that they did that instead of a stabbed heart because, come on. When we get stabbed in the heart, when we feel heartache, it affects our head very much so. We become depressed, our brain becomes foggy, we can't think straight. So really, I think that's a very, very interesting take on the Three of Swords there. The Four of Swords. There really is a lot to unload in this deck. The Five of Swords. The Six of Swords. The Seven of Swords. And look at that. The clouds. There's like a bat flying. I at first thought that was a cloud, but it's a bat flying. Interesting. Beautiful. And here we have the Eight of Swords. I'm going to go back and look at the Five of Swords a minute. Yeah. Sorry about that. I wanted to go back because I noticed with the Seven of Swords that bat looked very cloud-like to me, so it might be a spirit image. But let's look at this Five of Swords a minute more here. Look at that ghostly image in the clouds there. I don't know if you can see it. One wonders if that's not a spirit of the defeated ones, or it's just, maybe this person's conscience trying to, come into play here. I think that's very interesting. I kind of thought I saw something there. I want to go back and see that. So that's a 6, that's a 7. Let's move on to the Eight of Swords, which was that beautiful back cover image. And just look at that design. Really, really beautiful here. I notice here in the Eight of Swords, yes, she's bound pretty tightly in this one, it looks like. But the swords are definitely something she could escape, clearly. So that kind of image and motif is there. The Nine of Swords. Ooh, and the Ten of Swords. Well, we do have an interesting vulture there sitting, surveying the landscape. And but thankfully the dawn is still breaking in this image, so there is some hope. Then we have the Page of Swords. Wow. The Knight of Swords is riding an owl. Very, very nice. The Queen of Swords with I think that's a vulture looking overhead. And some ghostly images behind. And here we are with the King of Swords. Very, very nice. And again, it looks like the birds are helping make an image on one of the clouds in the sky. So all in all, very colorful, very beautiful, evocative deck. I'm going to take it a minute and just let you know that they do seem a little bit cardboardy to me. And they're thin cardboard. There is a gloss, I'll say that. but I feel as though they might bend fairly easily, so be careful while shuffling. And I'm going to just shuffle it right now to see how they ruffle. I'm a ruffler. I don't shuffle the other way. Mr. O does that. But I like to ruffle my cards. And they seem to go very, very smoothly. So they may wear well, but do take care. Cards today do seem to be, there's a lot of different finishes on these cards today and card stock that they're using. So be careful in whatever decks you use. I want to thank you for joining me for this unboxing, and do check out my review where I will give a little bit more detail on some of the elements of the deck itself, the quality and just what I think of the deck. So take care, everybody. Thanks again for joining me today, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.